Oh, thank God the British Army haven't been sent to Ukraine yet, because I don't think they've been given enough diversity training to deal with what's going on over there. Hello again, honky tonks, another Ukraine video. I've managed to go one day without making one, but things are hotting up and it'll be in the news for quite a while now, even more so because it's 2 o'clock here in the afternoon in the UK, Sunday, February the 27th, and it's just broken on the news that Vladimir Putin, Vlad the Invader, has put his nuclear deterrence force on high alert. That hasn't happened before during his presidency, and it's worrying news indeed. And he says he's done this because of the sanctions that have been given onto his country by NATO, etc., and he's not happy. But why the hell would he do that? Any sympathy the guy has for doing what he has done, and he has little, has completely gone out the window now, I reckon. Why on earth would he scare the globe into doing this? It's a stupid move, it's dumb, and it'll destroy him. If he dares to use nukes, it's the end of Vladimir Putin, and I believe the end of Russia. So anyway, apart from that, the topic of today's video is refugees. Refugees being Ukrainian, because the UK government, as ever, has offered to take in Ukrainian so-called refugees. And I use that term loosely, and I'll tell you why shortly. The UK government is very keen on taking refugees. You can just say, oh, asylum, on asylum, because, and they'll take you in. The requirements are strict, but they don't keep to the notes, if you know what I'm saying. So I put a poll about this in the community section of my channel. You can see it on there, and the results are quite predictable because of my audience. And I was kind of on the fence about the whole thing, but my answer is this: should the UK take in Ukrainian refugees? And my answer is no, because one, they don't fit the criteria, and two, we've got so many refugees coming now. We can't keep doing this. We can't be the only country in Europe to keep taking a huge, enormous quota of refugees. I know I feel sorry for them, it's awful what's happening, etc. But to be honest with you, currently there is a demographic taking the piss out of this system. On the south coast, they are crossing the channel in their dinghies from France, and France and stopping them, the EU and stopping them, and they're coming in their hundreds on average. Between 600-800 of these people come every day, and we don't know what's happening to them. We don't know if they're being sent back or they're being kept here to take benefits and take advantage of the whole system. Nobody knows, because to report about it, to talk about it, is xenophobic and racist and all the rest of the isms and ists that the lefties throw at you. Now, the reason I'm saying they don't fit the criteria or the eligibility to be refugees here in the UK is because the government's own website says so. Now, I know the government published this on their YouGov website, but even then, the government, when it comes to the dinghy divers in the south coast across the channel, they don't really adhere to them, or so we think anyway, because they don't tell us what's happening to these people, how they're being dealt with. And I'd like to know that. I'm a taxpaying member of the British public. I voted for this government. I need to know what's going on. I need more transparency when it comes to the dealing of illegal migrants. So here it is, word for word, on the government's own YouGov website regarding the eligibility to be a refugee or asylum seeker here in the UK. And it says, to stay in the UK as a refugee, you must be unable to live safely in any part of your own country because you fear prosecution there. Now, as far as we know, or as far as the mainstream media tell us, and of course, remember, the mainstream media isn't the fountain of truth, that I can tell you now. And as far as we know, the Russians haven't invaded the whole of the Ukraine. Anyway, this list goes on. This persecution must be because of your race, your religion, your nationality, your political opinion. Anything else that puts you at risk because of the social, cultural, religious or political situation in your country, for example, your gender identity or sexual orientation. Now, I don't believe any Ukrainians fleeing their country fall under this list, because the Russian invasion isn't about race, nor is it about religion. As for nationality, then yeah, loosely, but Putin hasn't said he's after the people. He has told the Ukrainian army to lay down their arms and go home. And as for political opinion, his number one target, allegedly, then again, that's according to the mainstream media, is the Ukrainian president or prime minister, the leader of that country. And interesting about this list, it says this persecution must be because of your political opinion. We have a guy here called Tommy Robinson. And if anyone has been ever persecuted because of their political opinion, it's Tommy Robinson. And it's ironic that Tommy Robinson is a civilian in a country that offers refugee status or asylum to people like him from other countries, yet they persecute him relentlessly for his political opinions. Just a side note there. And as for the Ukraine being an unsafe country for civilians, put it this way, NATO countries, including the EU, have sent weapons and equipment to the Ukrainian government, who've dished it out to their people in order to defend their own country. So they have a means to defend themselves from persecution from the invading Russian forces, which means they have a choice to stay there, defend their homeland, or bugger off someplace else because they feel unsafe. So for that reason, or for those reasons I've just pointed out, I don't think the United Kingdom should be taking Ukrainian refugees, unless of course Russia wins the war, completely takes over the country and treats the Ukrainian civilians like shit. Then, you know, dish them out all over Europe, all over the world, make them safe. Yes, let's take a few in, but remember, Britain is a small island. We are taking hundreds of refugees, asylum seekers every day at great cost to the people who live here already. And it's not racist or xenophobic to say that. It's the truth. It's economics. It's maths. And it makes sense, in my opinion. But there we go. No doubt I'll be called a racist for doing this. Welcome to YouTube, folks. And that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you support my channel, I'm demonetizing, by all means. You can buy me a beer. The link is down below. And that's it. Until my next video, please comment, share, subscribe, and Roger Trout.